the statement is that if you do the same thing and expect different results, that's a form of insanity. Well, but you could, I don't know that a person becomes a risk-oriented if they've been conservative, but conservative people really take greater risk than they realize. There's nothing as risky as signing your name to a mortgage for 30 years, assuming you're going to stay able-bodied and make a payment every month. I would rather try to figure out a way to own something fairly quickly than to sign my name and plan on making payments for 30 years. I've never had a job that lasted more than 3 or 4 years probably. I've had probably 30 different jobs. And so it would be scary to me to be conservative, just as my behavior would be scary to somebody. You know Charles Frazier. Charles and I were having lunch and talking about something, and Charles, you could tell he needed to see, and I told him, I said, Charles, you need to see the light at the end of the tunnel in order to make a decision. All I need to see is a hole in the ground. And so that's the difference between somebody that's disciplined and they do something in an orderly, disciplined fashion, and somebody else that does something differently. And for me, your creativity, when you see something in your mind, that's reality. And then when you bring it, when you put a hammer and nail to it, that's the manifestation of reality. But for so many people, the hammer and nail is reality, and they don't even value what you see in your mind because they just kind of erase it as that was foolish thinking. But I value what shows up in my mind, and almost every morning I wake up with an idea, and I just feel like somebody leaves. You know the story of the elves and the shoes, where the cobbler would take in a pair of shoes and he'd put them on the shelf, and then at night the elves would come and repair them and put them back on the shelf. Well, that's the value I put on ideas that come to me of a morning. I just have a tremendous appreciation for them because I don't know where they come from, but I'm glad they're on the shelf when I wake up.